waiting all morning for this. I am so excited. Now, she's a master chef, and she's a finalist and fan favorite, known for, she's a master chef, was the finalist, right? One of the finalists, which is pretty hard to do. And she's known for her creative, flavorful, and authentic Venezuelan dishes. Please welcome Chef Alejandra Schrader to our show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, I know you were born in Chicago.
I was born in Chicago.
But your roots are
Latin American. I grew up in Venezuela my whole life, so I'm full-blown American and full-blown Venezuelan. But yeah, growing up there definitely shaped who I am. It was a great life living surrounded by a lot of family and always in the kitchen.
Yeah, well, that's the way most of us are now. We're in the whole hub of the home is in the kitchen for food and family, and now we're going to serve our family. Some of you Aprepas, and they're going to enjoy this. Oh my! So this is very special food for you.
It's very special for me. You know, arepas is like the ultimate staple of Venezuelan cuisine. It's like our daily bread. So today I'm serving it to you guys with shredded beef, but this can actually be stuffed with anything. If you have it for breakfast, you can have it with eggs. You can stuff it with cheese, ham and cheese, shredded cheese, pulled pork, you name it. Like, and so think of it like a little pita pocket or like a little English muffin that you can stuff. By the way, these are gluten-free. And yes, okay. So before I get with the arepa, I just want to show you the stuffing that we're doing today. It's a shredded beef. Okay. Some people call it ropa vieja because it's like old clothes, like shreds. And you can find the recipe for this online. We are going to go through the process of showing the arepas, but this is amazing. This braces for about 8 hours in the oven, and the flavors that you can get from this are like. Oh my goodness. So, okay. So earlier on, I already showed you how to knead the arepa by hand, but we can do it also on a fancy schmancy equipment. And to this, we're just gonna dilute a little bit of salt in a little bit of warm water, and we're gonna turn it on just in slow to dilute the salt. Just a little bit.
Now you're gonna make it with this special. This is
yes, that's the special arepa flour. It's corn flour. It's called harina pan. Sometimes you can find a Goya brand like it says arepa flour, but don't use maseca. Don't use the flour that you guys use for tacos. This is not the same.
It's not like a masa.
It's not a masa harina. This is a different one. But you see, it incorporates rather quickly, and we let the machine do the job. But eventually, it will solidify, and we're gonna be able to do our little balls to make the arepas.
Well, this is basically very simple.
Yeah, it is very simple. Look, I'm gonna use this one that I already had our oil smoking. Ooh, that's coconut oil, by the way, so it can handle it. Coconut oil takes a lot of heat. It works great in high heat, high temperatures. So anyway, we make a little ball.
Making a big meatball, right?
Yes, and then we flatten it. Yes, please.
I'll know how to do it.
Yes.
Is this enough?
Yes.
Or I need more? Okay.
Yeah, a little. You kind of get a fistful, if you will. And then you shape it like this.
Like a little English muffin.
Like a little English muffin. You know, this took many years for me to learn how to do, but it's not easy, so don't get frustrated if it looks a little funky. So we're going to put this to sear. And then basically we're going to make like a little shell, right? It's going to sear on one side, sear on the other, and then we're going to transfer them to the oven. Yes, please put it right there.
Beautiful. So delicious.
Yes, right. It's so easy to make, and you know this is part of the Venezuelan culture. Oops.
So,
just getting in the kitchen, like cooking these things by hand. Like we don't get anything from a box or from a can or frozen. It's made every morning by hand with lots of love. Oh, so well, okay. I'm gonna. This may be ready to be flipped.
That quick?
Not yet. I thought so. It fooled me. But you know what? We're gonna do a little showing you. Ta-da! So this is how it would come out from the oven. It's already fluffed up a little bit, and it's ready to be stuffed.
Okay.
We already talked about the stuffing, which is the shredded beef, but we're going to talk about something even more important right now, and it's the guasacaca.
What?
It's called,
what?
Can you guys repeat after me? Guasacaca.
Guasacaca.
Yes, and this is the staple Venezuelan sauce.
Guasacaca.
It has no relationship to the second part of the word.
Okay.
Wow. let's see if these are ready to be turned. Actually, you
I'll
know
keep
what?
an
This
eye on it for
sauce,
you.
yeah, it's not quite ready yet.
I'll keep an eye
So,
on it for you.
I'm gonna turn it anyway.
right.
Okay.
It may have been Sofia Vergara's inspiration for Modern Family.
Yeah.
I think she copied my accent.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
But anyway, this Guasacaca is a great sauce that we use to top steaks, to use in the arepas as a... It's kind of like the Venezuelan version of salsa.
What does it even
Salsa.
mean?
It doesn't have a meaning. Celia Cruz says it best. Salsa.
What are you putting in there
Okay,
now?
so I'm putting in a little avocado, and then I'm gonna go on with the list.
Okay.
Is onions and bell peppers. Thank you. And lots of herbs. Okay, so I'm using parsley and cilantro. But I don't know, I've heard some crazy people that don't like cilantro. I'm not judging, I'm just
I
saying.
love cilantro.
I heard some people taste it like soap.
No.
I'm like, okay, if you don't like cilantro,
I say we
guys,
judge them.
you don't.
Openly.
My Tony thinks it tastes like soap.
Let's
I'm
judge
like-
Tony.
I'm
Everybody
like,
judge Tony
what
right
are you
now. in your
thinking?
mind.
This is amazing. So anyway, you can use the herbs that you like. I'm using cilantro and parsley on this one, but you know, so you're fancy. And then a little bit of olive oil, lemon juice, and a little water. We're
I'll
doing you
keep an
good?
eye for you.
Thank you. Yeah, that's still good. Okay, so you know this sauce actually really is like it's a lot of flavor, but also a lot of nutrition. It's all good stuff for you. And look how easy. I put all that stuff in there, and I'm just gonna go chop, chop, chop. It helps. Okay, so now it's done, and now we have all of the ingredients for our arepas. Now we're gonna stuff them up.
Is that garlic and...
Oh, it is. I
yeah.
forgot. Look at me.
Garlic
I'm
and
crazy.
jalapeno?
See what happens when I start dancing?
Yeah.
It's so me. I'll be like, la, 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 la. Okay, so there's jalapeno. There's a little garlic.
Yeah.
Salt and pepper. You are so right,
Right,
Christina. What was
okay.
I thinking?
All right. Well, we're just, set up and everything.
You're just looking after me. Let me remove this from here.
All right.
Okay, so we'll give it a
What's
last
this?
pulse. I actually did add a little bit of water, so why I
water.
have a little extra is because if you think it's too thick,
Yeah.
you can add a little extra water and thin it out. It's really to your liking. I kind of like it chunky, so I'm gonna leave it just like that.
Okay.
And then we have all ready here to assemble our arepas. Here, there's a little crunchy purple slaw. It's just very simple, little lemon, purple cabbage, and a little bit of green onions, and that's it. So you don't want to cut them all the way through because this is the trick. You want to make, check it out, like a little pocket that you can stuff.
Look at that.
And there's a reason why we don't cut them all the way through, because when you're eating them,
How are you? Hello.
because when you're eating them, the sauce won't fall through and it will soak up the bottom of the arepa. So you get to actually taste that yumminess. So here we are. We're gonna stuff. Go ahead. First the meat.
a little bit, though.
And
not too much.
I don't go
I'm just
skimpy on
going for it.
this.
Okay.
Fancy.
I really like to let's stuff him up. I like to stuff him up like
then
big
I'm
time.
getting
Don't
more.
take all of it. 'cause I
There you
wanna
go.
see some more.
Okay, and then to make it pretty, a little bit of this gorgeous purple slaw. As you can tell, it's gorgeous color.
While you guys are building that, I want
Okay.
to tell everybody, don't panic. It's on our Pinterest page. It's waiting there for you to go
And
pick
a
up
little-
this recipe.
And we totally hated
We
it.
did it.
We
We
hated
hated it.
Oh my God, check it
Hated
out!
it.
And a little
Hated it.
guasacaca! Yay! Okay, so a la una, a las dos, y a las tres.
Here you go. AlejandraSchrader.com is a place to go where you can get more of it. And you may pick up a dance lesson or two while you're there. Isn't it great?